Hoi hoi bellends, my name is Andy, you're watching WhatCulture Wrestling. This is your daily news update and we've got some big juicy stories to dive into today, so let's do the thing. The first revolves around Rey Mysterio, who, if you were paying any attention whatsoever to the internet last night, you will know has now signed a new contract, finally, with WWE. Now, I think we all knew this was coming, and 2018 has been rife with speculation of an imminent full-time comeback, but PW Insider reckon that the deal is finally done. They claim that although Rey initially wanted an 18-month WWE contract, the company negotiated him into a 2-year deal, but it does have a contract stipulating that after a year and a half, if he's not happy, he can serve his notice. Mysterio's obviously a massively popular star, and he made a great return at the Royal Rumble, then competed again at the greatest Royal Rumble, but has since returned to wrestling smaller stages. We last saw Mysterio compete at All In, and now all he's waiting for is a way into WWE's current storylines, for there's currently no word on whether he'll land on Raw or SmackDown. Whatever the case, it's going to be really cool to see Rey back. He looked great at All In and in his recent New Japan appearances, and there are plenty of fresh, new and exciting matches on today's WWE roster. I can't wait to see what he does. Story number 2, and this one's not so positive, as it sounds like my man Bobby Lashley might, and I stress might, be a little bit hacked off with WWE management. According to the big man himself in a recent radio interview with KRSQ Hot 101.9, why are these radio stations named so stupidly, he couldn't help but hide his frustration at the company's inability to put together a match between him and Brock Lesnar. Lashley said, and I quote, "I wasn't so much bummed, I was more pissed off. Ever since I came into WWE, there's been that comparison between me and Lesnar, but our paths have never crossed." He then went on to describe the match as something that needs to happen, but with Lesnar currently preoccupied in the Universal title picture and Bobby elsewhere, I guess he'll just need to wait. A feud between the two had been rumoured after WrestleMania, but it never came to fruition, and since then, we've seen Lashley form an absurdly fun double act with Lio Rush that has somehow become one of the funniest things on Raw. At least he's got that to lean back on, but you'd imagine he'll still want to scratch that itch before the big purple bastard, Brock Lesnar, buggers off forever. And finally, a couple of guys we've been talking about a lot lately, specifically as pertains to going to WWE, Pentagon Jr. and Rey Fenix. Well, guess what, guys? They're not going anywhere. They've been constantly linked with WWE, but as reported by Wrestling Inc., they are contracted to MLW through 2019, and now, according to PW Insider, they have no compete clauses in their Lucha Underground contracts that will keep them tied down until 2020. Both are major fixtures in that wacky little promotion, but we've seen this before from Lucha Underground, specifically with Ricochet, who was held up from signing with WWE as a result of similar red tape. Now, the company are well within their rights to do so, but it's a bit of a bummer nonetheless. Still, do we really need to see Pentagon and Phoenix in the Performance Center immediately? I mean, they're great, they're fantastic, it'd be cool to see them mix it up in NXT, but by the time they hit the main roster, well, Vince McMahon's not going to have a bloody clue what to do with them, is he? Maybe we'd be better off if they just stuck around on the smaller stages for a couple of years instead. Anyway, guys, that's all for today. Be sure to let us know what you think of Rey Mysterio's comeback, a potential match between Bobby Lashley and Brock Lesnar, and finally Pentagon and Phoenix staying put on the indies down in the comment section below. And once you've done that, take yourselves over to whatculture.com/WWE and check out all manner of great articles dropping daily from the likes of Jamie Kennedy, Benjamin Richardson, Michael Hamflett, and of course the icon, Michael Sidgwick. You'll have a great time. I've been Andy, and I'll see you later.